We came up in food and beverage in New York City. It was not cool to talk about if you're struggling with mental health or sobriety. It was cooler to get wasted and to numb those feelings out.
The thing that I know after being a counselor for so many years is that everyone has a story and everyone's suffering in some way inside themselves. So talking about it and normalizing it and sharing each other's stories, it connects us and it creates this loving support system.
I think what Quest is doing is sort of normalizing the conversation. That, oh, if they can talk about that, then maybe I can talk about the thing that I've been paddling away from. My name is Lair. I am an author, speaker, marriage and family therapist. I am a husband to this one right here.
I'm Ashley Torrent, and I'm a psycho-spiritual counselor and intuitive medium, and a mom, a wife.
I'm recording.
This morning we came out with our kids to paddle, and it was beautiful. I mean, the sun was coming up, and the water's my place, it's my home. For me, paddleboarding on the river is a metaphor because there are going to be times when we have to face things that are out of our control, and how we learn to navigate the water and navigate ourselves. And finding stillness in those moments is really important. The current that I've been struggling with in my life is PTSD. I grew up, I was physically, emotionally, and psychologically abused. So you have this feeling that the world is just so scary and people aren't safe, the world isn't safe. And it's a daily, I have to be in relationship to it because it can be a daily struggle if you're not one step ahead of it, and the fear can really take over. So, as I've gotten older and I've worked on my own mental health and worked with my anxiety, what I'm learning is the more I show up for myself on a daily basis, the easier it gets. And if I spend time in nature and I do my spiritual practice and I take care of my body and I rest, then I always feel like I'm a little bit ahead of it. And then I know how to cope when I do get triggered or I get kind of pulled back into the fear.
Yeah, I think the current that I try not to fight it too much. I try to be with it. Our generational poverty being, my mom was 15 when she had me. I found out recently that I was actually the product of rape. And so those are some of the themes that I'm paddling with. And my daily mental health practice prepared me for that knowledge, for coming to understand that. So I process it in certainly a different way than if I had, not been preparing myself mentally, emotionally, not doing my work.
I'm paddling towards a more harmonious inner world, just more self-awareness and more joy, and a relationship with my fear, not to be paddling away from it as much as I'm with it.
Someone's struggling and they're trying to find their footing. Of course, I always say, call a therapist. You need a professional. You need someone who is going to kind of ground your process and your work, normalize what it is that you've been going through, but also give you the tools that you need to take those steps forward in healing.
I would also say pay attention to your life. Sometimes when we're suffering, we're so focused on what's not working that if we could just notice the things that make us feel a little bit more courageous or bring joy to our life, or just the lighter moments, if we could take notice of those. And I would encourage people to do something that challenges their fear. One of the things I started doing was surfing. It challenged me, and then it would bring me joy. And we need those moments where we're challenged out of our fear, but we also experience joy or happiness or freedom. So I just feel like I applaud this. I wanted to be a part of it because I was like, yeah, we need to talk about this. And I'm excited to hear the other people's stories.
Any awareness that we can help bring to making mental health a daily practice for people, we want to help do that.